Now, first story, a former mayor of Accra, Nunu Amatefio, says the Minister-designate for Inner City and Zongo Development, Alhaji Boniface Sadiq, will need the full support of government to succeed in transforming the inner cities of the country as well as Zongos.
The former mayor has been reacting to the announcement by President Akufo-Addo to put a minister in charge of government's agenda to transform specific parts of the city. In Mr. Amatefio's opinion, the major challenge that will confront this ministry is sanitation.
It's an extremely complex undertaking because according to UN Habitat, easily 70% of the residents of Accra live in substandard housing, in substandard areas. Now, in certain parts of the city, like in the Zongos and in the old indigenous area, it's quite obvious the degradation and the breakdown of the community and the neighborhoods. But this structural degradation goes on right across the city, even in some of our posh areas, like the airport residential area, cantonments, you will still find pockets of this. So, if the ministers want to do something about substandard living conditions, it will have to be fairly comprehensive. Sanitation is always the big boogaloo. And I agree with them that in my experience with Old Fadama, sanitation was one of the big problems. The most important thing is the lack of security or tenure. Hardly anybody living in those areas own the land upon which their homes sit. They are renting very substandard houses from people who do not plow a lot of money back into the investment. There are frequent fires, and when a fire occurs, the people are evicted. The next day is back again. So the insecurity of tenure is another big problem. If this is going to work, it will need a lot of political support because it will go across several municipal assembly lines, and there will be the inevitable fight for turf, especially if people see that there are financial flows going through it. And whoever is handling this will need a lot of political support that cannot be sabotaged.
Another story, the General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, GAU, has said the Akufo-Addo-led administration has no excuse to fail in the agricultural sector.
Edward Kariwe said given the experience of the minister-designate appointed to head the sector, the events of the past, which he can learn from, the government must be able to galvanize support to boost the agricultural sector. He was responding to the president's new vision to transform the agriculture sector as outlined in his presentation at the 68th edition of the New Year School held at the University of Ghana.
I will say that is all about change, but this is the crux of the challenges within the agriculture sector. For instance, the farmer ratio of extension officer to farmer is about 1,500. And then this extension officer has not got the resources to move around. They have not got motorbikes. They are not motivated enough. Meanwhile, there are other studies that show that the farmer ratio is one extension officer to 2,500. So more extension officers will address this challenge. And how do you transfer technology and modernize agriculture without having extension officers to send this technology to the large farmers in the rural areas? So that particular policy to increase the population of the extension officers is a great one. That is why I have indicated that the policy to increase the extension population to be able to serve the farmers is the crux of the matter. Because technology cannot get to the farmers without necessarily getting the extension officers to transfer it. And one of the unfortunate developments we've had in the past is just that farmers are doing their own thing. They apply chemicals the way they want it, and then they have no means of acquiring new technology because the extension officers who are supposed to go to them are just not there.
Minority Chief Whip and MP for Asawase has given the police and Ashanti 1 week to arrest one Ali Salau, believed to be leading an MPP youth group in a series of attempted takeovers in the constituency. Alhaji
Muntaka Mubarak says the NDC will mount an offensive if the police fail to bring him to order. Speaking at a press conference in Kumasi on Monday, he noted Ali Salau, popularly known as Ali Suraj, has been moving around with NPP invisible forces in a pickup, threatening public officers and threatening to take over several government institutions, including the Asokore Mampo Municipal Assembly.
This morning, we've gone back to the police to tell them this is what is happening and this is the lead person. We've given them the picture, we've given them the voice. We are watching. We are assuring the people of this country. We are assuring the people of Asawase. So far as Asawase is concerned, we want the presidential and we want the parliamentary. They should be ashamed of themselves that after all the resources they have been giving them, with the promises that they were going to take Asawase, they couldn't take it, and yet they are going around doing this kind of misbehavior. Our worry goes to the Peace Council, the imams, the chiefs, the opinion leaders. Why are they all quiet? Why are they all silent? Why are they refusing to comment on what is happening? We are assuring the people of Asawase, just as they form their hooligans, we've told the police today, and by the end of this week, we don't see the police visibly protecting life and property in our community, we'll take the law into our own hands and also form a group, because they are moving with 2 pickups that are not registered, 2 unregistered pickups. They are filled up in those 2 pickups and they are going around. Even this morning, they were at the Asawase community, Asawase market, threatening the contractors who are about to finish their work, threatening them and saying all manner of things to them. Why is this thing happening? Why is this thing happening? And then the president is quiet. Why is the president quiet? He should remember the oath that he swore on last week Saturday, on the 7th. He said that he will do justice, he will do right to all manner of persons. He did not say that he will do right to MPP supporters. He said that he will defend the constitution of this country, and he will do it without fear or favor. He must walk the talk. He must walk the swearing, the Bible that he held and swore that he was surely going to protect every citizen of this country. If he fails to do it, we are assuring the people of this country, we will not be the first to go attacking anybody. But definitely, we are not going to sit for anybody to run over us. We are more than them. We can assure them that we are also going watching if by the end of this week the police we don't see visibility of the police and protection of individuals and property, we will also form our vigilante and also be going around. And wherever they are, we'll also be chasing them. This gentleman that is going around and leading with a walkie-talkie, threatening public officers and trying to put fear into them.
2 police officers, Daniel Omar and Isaac Kuma, are in police custody after a failed attempt to rob a small mining firm in the central region.
2 others are also in the grips of the Dunkwa District Police Command following the incident in the Upper Dentro East constituency in Chichire near Dunkwa. The suspect had their faces bloodied and swollen after severe beatings at the hands of angry workers at the mining site. According to report, the police suspects who are stationed at the Kotokraba District Police Command in Cape Coast traveled to Dunkwa for the operation. The policemen said to have been armed with AK-47s were overpowered by some security night personnel at the mine site. They confessed during interrogation that they were serving as escort to the robbers who claimed they were gold dealers.
the Amesa say, "Oh yeah, Babuntu." Wait, or say, or better go into Bejano. Now, what sign? Where you are, what sign? What sign? What point? You the coffee and answer. Oh, mommy, please. Oh, I'm
Away from crime, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, George Blankson, has inaugurated an ultra-modern administration block for the Customs, Excise and Preventive Service Academy at Kwetwe in the Volta region.
A lecture hall and 184-bed capacity hostel facility for male and female officers were also inaugurated. All infrastructural projects were costed at about 12.6 million Ghana cedis.
Provision of the ultra-modern facilities at the Kwetwe SEPS Academy is to transform the academy into model revenue university to serve the West African sub-region, as well as position a revenue agency to provide better services to taxpayers in the country. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony, the Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority, George Blankson, said his outfit aims to position the Revenue Academy well to provide efficient and adequate training to officers to effectively deliver on their mandated duties on the field. He also applauded Agotime Kwetwe traditional authorities for releasing a large parcel of land to the academy.
The journey to this point has not been an easy one. The GRA has since 2009 been modernizing its processes and procedures, and also structures and facilities to position it to serve its taxpayers better, and also to align with best international practice in revenue administration.
The commandant of the Kwetwe SEPS Academy, Junior Apia Warden, acknowledged GRA's massive investment in developing infrastructure at the academy and expressed optimism that other ancillary facilities would soon be provided to make the academy a center of excellence for tax administration.
The academy is the first point of entry of every officer of the GRA, where recruits, cadets, and tax officers will first be introduced to the GRA so that they can go out to mobilize revenue and protect the borders of our country. Sir, your vision of transforming this training institution into a world-class tertiary institution is gradually and successfully taking shape.
Also under construction is a 3-story classroom facility which would house 16 lecture halls, a museum, computer labs, assembly hall and other facilities to augment training. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News.
And that's it for the news.